Hi, everybody. It's Katie Harris from Nursepreneurs. I am here to talk about. First, I got to fix my hair because this is it's hard to look at yourself on camera with your hair messed up. But we're here today to talk about IV hydration. We just kicked off our IV hydration mastermind for the second iteration. The first iteration went really, really well. We're so excited about the businesses, the nurse businesses that were started and launched and are live and they're getting clients and they're doing well. So I wanted to talk about some of the FAQs that we had during our webinar and maybe highlight some of the things that if you weren't on the webinar or if you had to leave early, because that was a long webinar. It was 2 hours long, and I think we could have kept going because the questions just kept coming in. But one of the things I did do was make a booklet of the FAQs. I put all of your questions into a nice format. So there are questions about medical directors, there are questions about insurance, and where do I get supplies, and how do I do marketing, and what is offered in the program. So I put all of this stuff in a nice, easy booklet for you, and I'll put it in the comment section here. I created a link, and you can download this booklet, this FAQs. It's about, oh my gosh, it's like 12 pages long because you had so many amazing questions. So let me just reiterate what we're doing and what's going on. We're hosting the IV Hydration Mastermind for nurses who want to start an IV hydration business. And we're doing this with Kimball. I was hoping Kimball could be here with us today, but her daughter is like 9 centimeters dilated, and she's in the hospital with her now, about to meet her grandbaby. So we'll excuse her for this one time, but she is pumped up and excited for teaching this course. And like I said, this is second iteration. It's a self-paced course that we do live coaching calls with you. So we're there with you. We're holding your hand. We're helping you every. Sorry, for some reason I went unmuted there. But so we're helping you like every step of the way, and really just we want to see this business launch. We want to see a lot of nurse businesses launch. So it's in our interest to help you to move forward with this. So one of the things that we do come across are questions like, am I allowed to start this? Do I need to be certified to start this? Just those types of questions. And the answer that I want to give you is this. There's nobody that's going to give you permission to do this business. This is a personal decision. This is something that you decide. You give yourself permission to start this business, okay? And it's like that for most businesses, even the ones that you technically need to be certified or whatever. I mean, it's different to be licensed as a nurse. You certainly couldn't go around calling yourself a nurse if you didn't have a nursing license. But in business, it's much different. You do not need a certification. In most states, or many of the states, you don't even need to be a healthcare professional to run something like this. So that's a question that kept coming up, like, I live in Texas, I live in Louisiana, I live in New York, do I need a medical director? And the answer to all of those questions is, and like anything in business, is it depends. So if you're a nurse practitioner and you live in an independent green state, you're free, yay for you, then you can serve as your own medical director. You definitely want to check out your scope of practice. But and then there's some states like, I believe it's New York and Florida, if you're a nurse practitioner with a certain number of hours of collaborative practice, then you are granted full practice authority. And in those cases, those nurse practitioners can serve as your medical director, which is really awesome, and go in peace, and let's keep it in the family, right? However, everybody else, if you're an LPN, you're a nurse practitioner in one of the bad states, we'll say, the red or yellow states, then you definitely need a medical director on board. Now, I've had some nurses say, oh, gee, I want to start this with like 5 of my friends. Do you think that's a good idea? And here is my honest answer. I think that is not a good idea. I think that when you start a business or something like this, you want to do it very, very strategically. And I know it's intimidating to come into a business and say, um, it's easy to have that comfort of other people and having those decisions made collectively and that kind of stuff. And so it's in the beginning, that's nice. But, and it's nice to share the sweat equity, which can be a lot, right? It can be time intensive. And it's nice to share the debt. But as soon as the money starts rolling in, and this is where you need to think strategically, all of a sudden you start looking at the other partners in your business and thinking, okay, what do they actually bring to the table? Because if they're not bringing something to the table that's additional, like a skill set that you need, then your profits get very diluted and it starts to create tension in the business. Okay, so what I would say is that if your partner is, let's say, it can be the medical director, then that is a great partnership. Okay. If your partner can do med spa stuff and bring that whole business model in, that's a good partnership. If your partner is just somebody who thinks this sounds like a really neat idea, my advice would be to not engage that person in a business model like this. So in our group, in our IV Hydration Mastermind, you have support there. You have people that are in various stages. You have people that have already started the business and they're making money. So, that's people like Kimball and some of the other businesses that we started, like Adaptive Wellness and Revive Solutions and Wellness and Savvy Beauty and Wellness and Refresh Your Spirit Aesthetics. These businesses are already out there. They're already getting customers. They're developing partnerships. And then we have students that are kind of in the in-between phase. They're getting their websites built, they're going through the branding, they're putting their packages together. And then we have students that just haven't gotten out of the gate yet, and they're still grappling with, what do I do next, or what should my business name be, that kind of stuff. So it's all over the map where people are. And that's okay. So when you come into a group like this, you're never behind because there's always somebody that's right at the same level that you are, and you can build partnerships and accountability, friendships, and you have coaching calls and all this kind of good stuff. So this is, I think, one of the truest benefits, because starting a business, it can be extremely lonely. It can be extremely hard. It can be very scary. There's all kinds of mindset issues that you go through in doing something like this. But if you're open to the journey, it is one of the most rewarding things that you can do. And it also opens you up to different possibilities. So one of the things that Kimball talked about on her webinar was that she started out as concierge nursing and then went into IV hydration, melded the two together, and then discovered, after she has this up and running, she wanted to get into aesthetics and injections. So she's been getting that training as well, and she's going to now incorporate that into her business. But so it's growing big, it's growing fast, and it's doing what she wants. So when I first met Kimball, she was a busy OR supervisor, running the OR, and you know what that's like. I mean, any supervisory role in nursing is a 24/7 gig. People call on you day and night. She would work on Sundays, getting reports done because she didn't have time during the week to do them. So she was able to set the business up in midst of this, and then was able to. There was a point where Kimball called me, and I think she was at a breaking point because she was still doing the OR supervisory at the same capacity that she was before, but now her business was getting super busy and she didn't have time to do both. And it's a crossroads that you come to and you have to make a decision. And it's a hard decision because if you reduce the number of hours of your nursing job, one, you lose out on that consistent, reliable pay that you're accustomed to. And that is so scary. It's really scary. But your business and your just general well-being will absolutely suffer if you don't make that choice. So, and it's really scary to go to something where you're the one who has to produce all the money, and be the person that supplies your livelihood and pays your rent or your mortgage and all that kind of stuff. But it's an amazing journey, and it can only happen if you take those first steps. So that's what this program is designed to do, is to help you to take the first steps. We have the course, the formulas for you, and the contracts and the waivers. And we threw in a selected bonus, which I'm really, really excited about. So that selected bonus is you get to choose one of the three really awesome bonuses. And if you want all three, then that will come at an additional charge, but you can have all three if you want. And the first bonus is your website. So we do a 4-page website on WordPress. I can send you examples of websites that we have done because they are gorgeous, and we're so proud of these websites and the nurses who are running them. And we put them on our Instagram, which is the other thing that, the second bonus was Instagram marketing. So if you're the type of person that's like, I know I need an Instagram account, I don't know what to post, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to get started. We take that off the table for you completely. We will start your Instagram. We will post things that naturally would need to be posted on there. We do need some input from you about who you are and what your business name is and all that kind of stuff, but we'll take over 90% of it for you and start developing relationships and partnerships with you through Instagram, which is the whole purpose of social media in the first place. And we don't advertise on Instagram, not advertise on Instagram at all, because that's not the purpose of Instagram. The purpose of Instagram is to share what you're doing and to connect with other people. And then the third thing that we do is system setup. So if you want that bonus, we set you up with Juanita from Systems RN. She has been one of the most invaluable people to work with us. And one of the issues that we've had is that the nurses come in and they think they want to do everything themselves, and then it gets to the point where, okay, we're going to automate your entire system, because when a client wants an IV hydration bag, right, we want them to click, pay, sign a waiver, get notified, like this whole thing. You don't want this to be piecemeal where you have to manage every single piece. The whole thing gets automated, right? So Juanita has created a mini course within the course to show you how to do it yourself. But if you're the type of person like me, I'm at a stage where I'm like, I don't want to learn this anymore. Just please, somebody do it for me. Juanita will do the whole thing for you, and it is worth every cent, to do it. So yeah, she'll do it. Yeah, it'll be included in the course price if you choose that bonus. Otherwise, it is, I'm not kidding when I say it's totally worth it. So unless you love playing with technology and forms and that kind of crap, it's worth just getting somebody to do it for you. And then you get a little link, we stick it in your website, and everything is automated. So it's awesome. I did put a link in here for those of you that came late. It's called the IV Hydration FAQs. Download that. They're all the questions that were asked in the webinar about medical directors, about where do I get supplies, and gosh, what else? They asked us, what kind of insurance do I need? What kind of nurses, how do you pay your nurses, all that kind of stuff. We put that in a document. It's about 12 or I can't remember, 12, 13, 14 pages long, so that you have all of that information and you can look at it. So the link is right there in the chat. You can go there, just fill out your name and email, and you will get an automated email that will send that to you. And then if you're interested in joining the IV Hydration Mastermind with us, you can certainly do that. If you want to wait until the next iteration comes out, you've got to do what's best for you and what's right. Anyway, I just wanted to pop in here. We're really, really excited. We've got a bunch of nurses that have started, that are already in the course board, getting ready to get started in this business. There's so much opportunity. There's so many avenues that you could go. There's so many partnerships that you could create. I love a lot of these ideas, especially with the holidays coming up, because we've structured this as a 12-week program that takes you right to the Christmas holidays. So imagine doing IV hydration for all of the holiday parties. I mean, you could just be booked out doing holiday parties and hangover stuff. New Year's Eve, people will pre-book New Year's Eve. It's a big holiday for IB Hydration, so you definitely want to be in with that. And then in the spring comes all the weddings, and you can hydrate the wedding party, right? That's been really popular. A lot of people now make the rehearsal dinner, let's say on a Thursday, and then the wedding's on Saturday, so everybody can recover on Friday. That's a huge expense for a wedding. So imagine if you could go back to the rehearsal dinner on Friday and the wedding on Saturday, but everybody gets hydrated Saturday morning and they're feeling amazing. And you know it works because as nurses, we have certainly done this for each other, and it's saved a lot of residents and interns on a Saturday morning when they weren't feeling so good. So we definitely know it works, and yeah, it's a great avenue. Kimball has done bachelorette parties, sports teams. It's another one. If you have sports teams, even like minor league baseball teams, even if you can't get the major, I don't. I'm so non-sports oriented. Like I don't even know what they're called. Like so NFL. Okay, that just popped in my head. So you might not be able to get an NFL team, or maybe you can, but I bet you can get some of these smaller teams as well. And there's athletic performance formulas that we give you, and they're amazing, and they really work. All the races, Kimball does pop-up clinics. She works with wellness collectives. You could do them if you go to health fairs. You can set up a table and just start doing vitamin B12 shots. I mean, it's just there's so many things that you could do, and these are the things that we talk about inside the group. So, all right, guys. So I really just wanted to pop in. If you guys have any questions, you can certainly post them in the chat box. Otherwise, check out the FAQs that I have posted in here. It's that tinyurl.com/IB Hydration FAQs. It's a 15-page document. If you still have questions, you can absolutely just email me if you want to brainstorm ideas. I love ideas. It's my thing. So I'd love to brainstorm ideas with you. But our IB Hydration Mastermind closes on Sunday, so if you want to get in on that, you definitely want to download the FAQs, check them out, and there's the link that you can go check out what we're offering. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a good day, and if you have questions, you can put them in the chat box, or I will check this thread later and answer everything that I can. All right, have a good day. I'll talk to you later.